If you guys are anything like me, then you probably are struggling with converting leads on your lead list to actual paying customers. That's why in this video I will be going over my new strategy to save me 50% more time while having less gatekeepers, more people who want to hear about what I'm offering, and higher conversion rates with my new lead filtering strategy that was tested on paper that I will show later on in the video. When I first started my agency, I knew I had a very, very well performing service that would help my clients, but the only problem was finding clients who saw the value that I had to offer and would pay me for it. I got really frustrated and mad, and I felt like no matter how many cold calls, DMs, or cold emails I made, it felt like 99% of the people didn't even care to think about what I was offering. So I knew that there just had to be a better way to reach out to people who actually wanted to hear what I was offering. So a week later, I came up with a strategy that tripled my results and having saved half the time and having more business that interested me, and it's a lot easier than you actually may think it is. All strategy really is just filtering through your lead list. And if you don't have a lead list, then you have bigger problems. So once you're at your lead list, this is my lead list right here. So pretty much what you're going to want to do is do the obvious stuff. Like, you don't want to work with too big of companies because they're really, really hard to get to and do very low performing. So under here, I go to Google reviews, and first thing that I've been doing, and that pretty much basic knowledge, delete everything that is over 250 reviews. That's pretty obvious, a lot of people already do know that. That's not the main point of this video. Let's go there, delete everything over 250. Not going to go down all the way, just a little bit though. You pretty much get the point. That's close enough to 250. I'm going to delete that. After you get all your reviews under 250, you're going to want to go to over here the company size. Never work with the company over 50 reviews. That's also kind of common sense if they're just you're not going to want to work with a company with more than 50 people. Like, yeah, if they have 10,000 employees, they're not going to want to hire your agency. Just accept that. Go through and delete that. Now, after you got that, the last final thing is just make sure that they're actually your go-to sort. So, like, I'm doing it for HVAC, so, of course, I would want to make sure there would be air conditioning, HVAC, heating, or anything. Now, as to the electricians, click on that. And they do have a lot of other stuff like repair, refrigerations, freeze. I don't want that because it's just too broad. So you get the point there. Furnaces, heating, air conditioning. That's close enough. I'll leave that. Plumbing, general. You're not gonna want to do any general. They're just too general. Yeah, it's in the word. Plumber. Don't want any plumbers there. Not looking for them. So that's pretty much what you do for your basic. So pretty much that's what you've been doing. So this is what I was doing before I implemented my strategy and what most other people do, which is definitely better than nothing, but if it still leaves a lot of open corners who don't really want to listen to your business. So I started cold calling, and by experience, I cold called 100 people, and out of those 100 people, I only got 10 owners to talk to, which is horrible. It took me like at least 5 minutes of cold call waiting time to even talk to the owner, and only 2 owners even showed a little bit of interest before blocking me or not going back. So I spent 5 minutes on each lead researching their name. So 5 times 100, that's 500 minutes right there to only talk to 10 owners who only 2 people are kind of interested, which I didn't end up signing anyway. And that took me so much time, so I just knew there had to be a better way. That's why I tried strategy number 2. So if you go back to the leads list right here, then I knew I had to find companies who were desperate. So I did companies that did not have a website. Because they don't have a website, I knew that they were probably less experienced and probably be more open to working with me. So right here, what I was doing, I was going there and deleting all the companies that had websites, right as you do there. Doing all the basics, but then also deleting all of the websites. So after that, let me get my sheet real quick. So on my sheet right here, so after websites, I called 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I called 14 businesses who did not have any websites, no social media, or a LinkedIn page. And out of all those companies who I called on my lead list with no website, I got 9 people to pick up the phone, which means 9 of those 14 were real numbers that actually worked. So that was lower conversion rates than what I was doing before with the number working, but it's not that big of a deal if the number doesn't work because it doesn't take up that much time. Now, out of those 9 people that picked up the phone, only 3 of them were owners. So even though I went with companies that did not have a website, only 3 were owners and the rest were gatekeepers, which was kind of a shock to me at that point. And out of those 3 owners, only 2 showed interest, and I didn't assign any of them, but 2 showed interest out of calling 14, and calling 14 versus calling 100 is a big difference. So I would say that calling websites with no website, no social media, and no LinkedIn page is definitely a lot better than having those broad filters that everybody else uses. But I was still not happy with this, so I tried one more thing, and this actually ended up being a hidden gem. So my next thing I did, I went over to my review section, and I went to Google reviews, and I took out every single person that had more than 20 reviews. Now, this is being very specific, which was what I wanted. I wanted only people who were really, really desperate for business and money, because that's what I offered. I offered to help their business. So then what I would do, I would go to their Google reviews, go down, and there are so many under 20, like 25, 188, 25, 144, 38. So that saved me a lot of time by cutting down the amount of people I reached out to. And now let's check out how they performed on my statistic sheet. I only called 7 businesses who had under 20 reviews. Out of those 7 businesses, 5 people picked up. So the conversion rates on here for people picking up are better than with no websites. And out of those 5 people who picked up, only 2 were gatekeepers, which is wild. That means that I spoke to 3 owners, and for only calling 7 businesses and getting to talk to 3 owners, that's really good for me, and more than I've ever seen in my life. And out of those 3 owners, 2 of them actually seemed interested. And that's just crazy to me, because I went from calling 100 people only to get 2 people who were interested in me. Now I can only call 7, and out of every 7 people I call, 2 people show interest. And it took me half the time, because on the companies who I called with 20 or under Google reviews, I didn't do any post research ahead. That means I'm not spending an extra 5 minutes per lead looking at their name. I just asked them, like, hey, what's your name? Oh, cool. Hi, your name. Are you the owner of this business? And it seems more friendly that way, and it's just so high converting. So if I'll show you the actual detailed sheet in a picture just in one moment, but I hope you found my lead list strategy helpful for you. I hope I saved you a lot of time, and I hope I can sign you more clients that way. So yeah, I'll be posting more videos soon. Subscribe if you want, and see you later. So as you guys can see here, these are my results with calling people with no website. As you can see here, none of these people have websites, None of them have any social media, LinkedIn. So, except for only these two guys right here, but they were exceptions because they only had a Facebook page. So, after calling all 14 of these people with no websites, no social media, no LinkedIn, only 1, 2, 3, 4, only 5 numbers didn't work, which isn't a big deal because it wasn't that much time. So the rest of the people were real people picking up the phone. If there's blank here, it shows that it's not possible because there was a gatekeeper. So with the website, there was a decent amount of gatekeepers. As you can see, all of these blank spots. As 20 seconds right there, that means if it was an actual owner who said it was okay to give him a 20-second pitch, which was 2 of them, 1 of them didn't. And out of those 2 who gave me 20 seconds, they both seemed pretty interested, but with no booking call at the end. So now let's go into ones with under 20 reviews. As you can see right here, these are all the people I called with 20 or under Google reviews. So right here, I called 7 people total. They were only 2 of them had non-valid numbers, which isn't a big deal. Not much time wasted, which means I had 5 real numbers. Out of those 5, 5 people picked up the phone, which was good. And out of those 5 people who picked up the phone, you only had 2 gatekeepers right here. So I spoke to 3 owners just by calling 7 people. And really, it's technically only 5 because the top 2 didn't take any time because the numbers didn't even work. So right here, out of 3 people, 2 gave me the 20-second pitch, and those 2 people were also interested. So that was very good conversion rate, not much time, lots of people interested. See you later.